What's going on, guys? It's Jake, and today I'm going to be talking about everybody's favorite character, SHU Kurenai. So, let's get right into it. Well, before I talk about SHU, let's just talk about the fact that, boom, my giveaway for Bloody Longinus is still rolling. I think it has 10 or 11 days left still, and there's already a ton of entries. But guys, I want you to enter that, and I want you to comment down on this video that you entered, because if you comment on this video, you're going to get an extra entry into the giveaway. So just going to make that, just want to tell you that the giveaway is still going on. So let's get straight to the news or speculation. So now to get into spoilers, you know what happens with SHU, and if you don't, I'll tell you what happens. Basically, he at the end of Burst, he loses to Louis. He gets super upset and wants to train and really beat Louis. And he kind of gets into a bad group and becomes Red Eye with Legend Spriggan. And once again, he gets his butt handed to him. I think Legend Spriggan is destroyed by Nightmare Longinus, I think that's what happens. But then there's the whole Requiem project, and then he gets Spriggan Requiem. I think that's what happened. I say I think because I'm not 100% sure. I missed a couple of episodes in between God, so I'm a little fuzzy on some things, but I believe that's what happens. And then at the very end of Burst God, he faces Vault and loses, and there was kind of symbolism because Valkyrie slashed Spriggan, which basically means that Vault slashed the hold that Spriggan has on SHU. And then right after that, SHU just kind of becomes a good guy again. And kind of rejoins the group. And you see him, he re-injured his arm, but you see him all friendly and taking pictures with his friends again. And then also, at the very end of the episode, and in episode 5 of Chouzetsu, he meets Fubuki when Fubuki was pretty young, and then battles with them, etc. And that is what causes Fubuki to really be who he is, which is kind of like the new version of SHU. He really cares about, how good he is, and he really wants to be the very best possible. He trains super hard for it. And there's a lot of similarities between Fubuki and SHU just past the way they act. I mean, their bays also share similar parts. Both of them have the Zero disc, which is pretty cool. I mean, some people think that SHU gave Fubuki the Zero disc, but that's not confirmed or anything. I don't really think that's a thing. I think it's just a part that they share just to kind of set up the fact that they're very similar. But this video isn't the history of SHU, okay? This is whether or not SHU is going to come back, and if SHU is going to have a new Beyblade. Now, there really is no concrete proof on this. There really isn't anything to say oh, in this magazine it shows that SHU is going to be coming back. There really isn't. It's kind of just up in the air. It's all speculation, so don't go to any other videos or keep commenting on my videos being oh, I can't wait for you to unbox SHU's new Bay, because there really isn't one right now. We don't know if there is going to be one. Do I think there's going to be one? Sorta, yes, which is what I'll talk about here in a second. But it's not confirmed right now, so don't think that it's fact. So first, let's answer the topic of whether SHU is going to be in Chouzetsu. Now, I think that he is. I think he's going to make an appearance because he's too popular of a character to just kind of, he's gone. He's kind of in my opinion, he was the number 2. First was Vault, he's the main character, and then SHU is the secondary, right underneath him. SHU is definitely not a side character in the show. The show basically always revolves, the first season revolved around, SHU and Vault's promise to battle each other in the finals, and then season 2, they was kind of Vault versus Red Eye, and then Vault versus SHU at the very end, with Louis kind of being an antagonist, the bad guy. But is SHU gonna make an appearance? I'm pretty sure in the later episodes. Not right now, but probably the later episodes. But a really big question is whether or not he is going to get a new Chouzetsu Beyblade, or if he's just going to use Spriggan Requiem, or what is he even going to be, a blader? Well, here's my take on it. I don't think that he this is tough. This is really tough because they could go two ways. Basically, they could do it to basically sell as many Beyblades as possible. Because if they made a Super Z version of Spriggan and it was really, really great, just like Spriggan Requiem is, they would sell a ton. Like, Spriggan Requiem is easily the most popular Beyblade in all of Burst. Doesn't matter, and it's one of the most expensive as well. Like, trying to get one of these is really, really hard to do, at least right now, and it's going to get even harder for sure, but it would be a really great idea sales-wise to release a new one, because everybody knows SHU. I don't think anybody dislikes SHU. Everybody likes him, and seeing him get a Super Z Bay would definitely drive up sales. However, from like a storytelling standpoint, I had this feeling that he's kind of going to like retire, you know, or he's gonna be done. He's gonna be more of like a mentor versus, you know, a blader that has a Super Z Bay that's actively trying to become world champion again. Because unlike Vault, who's been just kind of on this trajectory, the same path of getting better and better, and then kind of faltering and getting better and better, and then eventually destroying everything, SHU's just kind of been more advanced past that. His story has been more rise and then fall, and he falls, becomes Red Eye, and he's really good, but he just becomes a bad guy and becomes a good guy again. I think this all of that has kind of a toll on him a little bit, and I don't really think he's going to necessarily come back as a new Super Z Blader that's going to challenge, you know, Vault or Iga for like a championship or anything. But do I think that Spriggan is going to have a new Bay? I do. I think he's possibly... What would actually be kind of cool is if Fubuki at some point became the new owner of Spriggan. Like, for some, like somehow, like, let's just say Bloody Longinus destroys, you know, Bloody Longinus destroys Emperor Fornius at some point, and then Fubuki becomes the new owner of a new type of Spriggan. That'd be kind of cool. It kind of sucked for Fornius. Fornius would just get kicked out, but I don't know. But I do think that Spriggan is going to get a new Bay, except it's not going to be owned by SHU, because like I said, I could just only really see SHU being a not a side character, but just a mentor role, you know? And it just kind of sucks because like we just don't really have any information on any of the new, like, any new, like, releases past a certain month. I think past August. We have an idea because, you know, May is going to be, you know, I think it's an accessory and Hell Salamander. June is going to be a new, I think it might be a new random booster. No. I think that's July. No, June is going to be a new random layer collection, I believe, and then Archer. Hercules, July, we're going to see a new random booster, which is rumored to have Hazard, Kirbyus, and we're also getting Revive Phoenix in July. Hopefully, possibly, just by the way everything looks. And then in August, I think we're getting another Bay that isn't confirmed yet, which I think is going to be Buster Excalibur, which is also rumored to not be owned by Xhaka or Xander. That's going to be owned by someone else. So if Spriggan was to get a release, he would get a release towards the very, very end of the series, just like Spriggan Requiem. Requiem was, I think Spriggan Requiem was, I believe, in the last 3 bays released. Yeah, because I think it was Spriggan Requiem, then Twin Nemesis, and then Screw Trident. So he's basically the last true, like, real Bay that released. The other 2 were just kind of meh. But he is going to get a later release, probably like a more holiday-oriented release, because they just know, like, you just know full well, if they were to make a Super Z version of this Bay, like, they would sell a ton. They would sell a ton of these, and I would definitely buy it. I would probably buy several because of just how rare these are now, and how they're just really, really hard to come by, and because they're amazing. Like, this is destroying the meta right now. Everybody's using a combo that has Spriggan Requiem in it because it's so freaking good. But yeah, guys, that's about it for this video. I just really wanted to kind of just do a little bit of news and a little bit of just kind of speculation on what I think. And so just to summarize how I feel, Yes, I do think Spriggan is going to get an evolution. It is going to get a Super Z version, except I just don't think that SHU is going to be the one using it. I think he's going to pass that mantle on to somebody, but who knows? They could just say, oh, SHU is now back and trying to challenge Vault to become the world's best blader, and here's a Super Z Bay that's really, really amazing and weighs a lot, and it costs a lot, but I don't know, it just depends on what Takara Tomy wants to do. They've definitely done a lot of interesting stuff with Super Z so far, so we'll just have to see. But anyways, guys, remember, this is just speculation. This is just me talking about it. None of this is confirmed or anything, but make sure to enter the giveaway. I'll see you guys next time. Have fun, and bay away.